Hello, welcome to all of you. So I have only 40 minutes of time. I'll not be able to speak much in each and every session because I'm using free. When I'm using Zoom in free um, as a free tool, so it is not possible for me to design the session for 1 hour. So people are still coming into the session. So without much, I'll be allowing them into the class as an. By the way, do you all listen to me? Do you all listen to me? Okay, without much talk, let us jump into the class. If anybody want to talk to me, then you can just leave message in group chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. There are 20 candidates for today's session. Mishra, Bashia, Hasya, Joseph, Karuna, Maharama, Nazimha, Navia, Ramani, Ritika, Sai, Sanjana, Sanjeev. There are many other individuals, students to the session. Okay, now. So let me jump into the class. I'm going to share a resource. By the way, let me open my RStudio. And the resource is a small textbook. I shared this resource with your class rep, Ishita. So it should be, people are coming. This is not. So all of you must be able to see the textbook, right? Do you all see the textbook? Applied statistics with R. We are in unit number 4. I am dealing with some of the important statistical techniques. I mean how to perform statistical analysis using R programming language. That is what I'm talking. So I should be able to finish my classes within a couple of sessions. This is the second session in my series of demonstrations related to applied statistics using R programming language. People are keep on coming. If this is the case, then I might not be able to talk much about statistics. Now in this, so all of you are able to see the textbook. Do you all see the textbook? Yes. Okay, now there are quite a few concepts, and today I'm going to take up a discussion related to. In my last class, I explained you the summary statistics. So let me take you to that particular part here. It is there in the chapter number 4, summarizing the data. Here you should be able to see there is a very detailed and highly intuitive discussion related to summary statistics. How are you going to do that in R programming language? Now see here, there is a library for ggplot. We didn't discuss much about ggplot in our classroom. And by the way, I don't suggest don't try to install this package. You need to learn ggplot as a separate language. So we don't have time. I suggest you to use the base graphic device to create the charts. By the way, ggplot is a library or a package or package meant for creating advanced visualizations. So if you are interested, I suggest you to install this. So as all of you know that, how do you install a package in R? Can somebody write me how do you install the package in R? It is just simply with install.packages, that's all. Install.packages within parentheses, inverted commas, name of the package. So if you want to install ggplot2, install.packages, open parentheses, within inverted commas, then you have to issue ggplot2. Then you should be able to install this package and don't go for that. You can, I mean, for your personal, if you are interested, you can just install that. Now let's see here. For central tendency, you see the same thing I discussed with you all these measures in my last class. You have central tendency, dispersion, shape. These are the three. Now for mean, you have a function mean. For median, you have a function median. But for mode, you need to use maximum. Okay. If it is categorical data, you need to go for table. If it is numerical data, you can straight away go and use. For categorical data, you don't have arithmetic average. Okay, you cannot compute arithmetic average. But for numerical data, you can compute arithmetic average. But for categorical data, you have other measures like minimum, maximum. To some extent, you can go for median, standard deviation, and all everything. But for numerical data, you need to go for mean, and at least you should have mean and standard deviation. You see here for spread. In other words, we also call dispersion. You have variance, standard deviation. These are all the functions. To compute variance, you need to use a function called var. So within parentheses, you have to mention name of the variable. And for standard deviation, interquartile range, minimum, maximum range, something like this. And for categorical data, as I have explained you need to use a function called table. So that table is going to give you the frequency table, and based on that, and these are the table divided by the number of rows. That will give you the percentage. In frequency chart, you have response. Suppose if you have a male, female, frequency, percentages. So that is actually the total table. And then you have the plots. I think I didn't discuss much about plots. There is detailed narration, very detailed description as how to make the plots using our programming language. You see here we have the histogram. If you want to plot the histogram, the command is very simple. That is just hist. You see here hist. You just have very simple way. Okay, let me discuss first, and later I will try to show you how to do these plots. Then here, if you observe this example, this function hist, which is used to create histograms, and inside the parentheses you have a variable. Now you see here a dollar sign is used. This dollar sign is very important. That is how we access the variables within the data set. MPG is a data set. There is a variable called CDY. So this is called splicing. And the other technique is indexing. Now these are the properties. We usually refer them to parameters. Xlab is a parameter, which means X label. Main is the title. Every graph will be having title. These are all called params. P-R-A-M-S, params, parameters. Param stands for parameters. You can just, in R, you can press params, open bracket, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, then you will get all the parameters used for the graph. Or you can just help plot can also give you. Then actually, this is a special argument or parameter available for histograms. And this breaks is not used for box plot. Please be cautious. Only for histograms, breaks is used. This talks about how many intervals you want to have in your data. That is, and col is a color, and I'll show you how to. Here it is Dodger blue. Dodger blue. There are roughly 700 types of colors in R. You can use all 700 colors to make the plot, and you also have palettes. Palette means group of colors available as a set. That is palette. You also have a dozen palettes, but I always use colors instead of palettes. Palettes is also a good way. And there is a border kind of, you can also define the border. So this is how that looks like. You see the color of the stack is one, when each bar is with one color and the border is defined with something else. Like this is actually making a knot inside R that you cannot do in SPSS. You just have predefined methods. You just have to make but in R you have unending opportunities to create the visuals. For bar plot, it is straightforward. You have one function, bar plot. That's all. You see here table. So that is the shortest way. Instead of giving frequencies manually, you can just use this method bar plot over the table. Okay, and then this is the bar plot. There are a number of ways to plot the bar. This is not the only one way. There are thousands of ways to plot the bar plot. It all depends on your creativity. Okay, this is the simplest way. You can make a simple bar plot, something like. And these are the parameters. There is X label, Y label, main, color, border, something like that. Now you see, so this is one way, alternative to the previous default bar plot. This is a little better compared to the previous one. Like that, there is There is no end for your tweaking. You can tweak to any extent. That depends on, because it is a programming language. It is not just a GUI-based software application like SPSS or a spreadsheet application. So you have, but the only thing, the cost is we need to spend some time to learn. So if you really think that it is useful and spend your affordability, your the capacity to spend time is only the investment in our programming language. Now you got this is, don't go for this. This is another way of yeah, here there is a method called box plot. This is very much useful when you go for comparisons, like in correlation and regression. We compare different variables with each other. There is a peculiar method called box plot. This is very much useful. See here in this example, the method box plot was used on one particular variable in this dataset. MPG is a dataset. It is available from the R base. You don't need to install through any package. And there is a variable called HWY. Okay, we'll see. If there is time, I'll try to show you. Now this is a bar plot. You see here, the alternative name for the box plot is a box whisker plot. This bar plot is very much useful to find the outliers. Like you see here in this plot, there are 2 points atop of the box, which means there are 2 outliers in this variable. And the thickest black line, just somewhere roughly at the center of the box, is a median. It is just a median. The top of the box, you have a horizontal line that is maximum, and no, that is not maximum actually. That is third quartile, and this is the first quartile. Median is the second quartile. You see the bottom horizontal line is the denotes corresponds to quartile 1. Second one, quartile 2 is the median. That is the thick black line, and the top line, top horizontal, third horizontal line is the quartile 3. And then above that third horizontal line, you have 2 points highlighted. These 2 points are outliers. So that is actually that's why the box plot has a hidden treasure. You can create a huge amount of sense if you use one single. And here you see, it is called formula. The box plot also accepts the formula. And this formula is used whenever you wanted to compare. You see here, 2 variables are compared with each other. Here the first variable is a continuous variable, which means numerical, and the second variable is a categorical variable. So here you see there are 4 categories. I think you should be having, see here. So if you use unique in dataset, DRV is a variable. There are 3 categories: 4-wheeler, 2-wheeler, something like that. I think this is MPG is a dataset corresponds to some motor vehicles, and here you have types of the vehicles. It is I think you should be having a, yeah. You have front wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and rear wheel drive. So R stands for rear wheel, 4 stands for 4-wheel, F stands for front wheel. So that is how box plot for HWY, one single box. Here you see there are 3 boxes. You can compare one box with the other box. You see the median of the second 4-wheel drive vehicles is a bit higher compared to the median of we are just comparing the location of 3 different variables. Median is a location. Mean, median, mode. 3 of them are called locations. Mean is the best location. So that's how you can compare. You see the 4-wheel drive variable has got many more outliers. The top of the box and bottom of the box, you got so many outliers. Okay, and then you got the parameters. You can just define the X label, Y label, main, TCH means points. That is, see here, if you observe this, there's a little bit extra decoration for box plot. You can just copy these statements. Okay, you can just highlight this statement from the textbook, and then by the way, I shared this information related to this textbook with Ishita. So your class representative has information related to this textbook, and you can just get the information from her. I gave the URL. And then this is one of the ways. You see here the picture is much more better, okay, compared to the previous. We have color for the points, we have color for the box, we have color for the median, and also it looks better, kind of. It depends on. Next one is scatter plots. This is a highly useful technique in statistical analysis, especially if you want to compare two variables, and it is just scatter. Same anyway. I mean, scatter plot is the starting point for the regression analysis. Suppose you want to see the correlation regression. You have two variables, the salary details of one sample and salary details of the another sample, and you want to compare these two salary details, then you can just make a box plot so that you'll see the spread, whether it is upwards, downwards, together, scattered apart, something like that. So actually the correlation is very strictly connected to this particular, visualization technique, scatter plot. You have three types of correlation: positive, negative, and no correlation, something like that. So for scatter plot, there are many methods, but the simplest way is to make the plot. You see here, both of them, the variables from the MPG data set. You see the data is MPG, and the variables are. This is, the plot also acts as the formula. So you can make comma and also formula. If you are using a formula, you are comparing. So if you are not using the formula, you're not comparing. Just the data is thrown on the graph chart. You see here, if you observe this graph, there is a downward trend. So there is negative correlation. I don't know exactly what is this, this, I think there will be description here. You should be having description, I'm sure. The syntax we just used in the box plot. And okay, anyway, you can also use the help to, I don't know exactly what is this, displacement, I guess, heaviness, HWY, maybe heaviness of the vehicle, and displacement, the wheel displacement, I don't know exactly. Weight and wheel displacement are correlated with each other, and you see there is an inverse proportional. I mean, both of them are inversely proportional to each other. So that way you can try to understand. I think somebody is there, but I am not able to see their. I gave access to almost all guys. I think there are none in the waiting room. One fellow just appeared and disappeared. I don't know why. What happened to him? So there is a downward trend here. So you can that way you can compare the relationship between these two variables. You can do many things like with square. This is scatter plot. There are many methods which are not discussed in this textbook. This is one of the methods is scatter plot. That is much more easy. You will get some, the curve. Here, if you see this diagram, I think one fellow is just appearing and disappearing. I don't know who is he. There's a question mark there. It shows me that one person is waiting, but I don't find the button. Okay. What is that? I'm not able to click on admit button. Something is wrong. There is a question mark on his icon. His or her icon. Admit. Sampath, admit. Hey, what is happening? This is not getting. Ishita has come just now. No, I think I'm going to close now within 20 minutes. One participant is waiting, but he's, I don't know, due to some, I'm not able to press on his button. Okay, now look at this graph. You have, this is a little bit better compared to the previous graph because you have a little more decoration. Earlier graph is just a bare minimum. The point type is here. You see PCH20 with a coal Dodger blue is going to take care of this decoration. So you can keep adding your parameters in this way. And then, yeah, probability and statistics. So with very thoroughly, I'll just show you. I'm just going to stop sharing here, and I'm going to share my RStudio. What is RStudio? RStudio. Now, I got the data with me. Okay, I have MPG, I guess. Huh? Let's see, data. If you press data, open parenthesis and close parenthesis, then I think all of you must be able to see my RStudio. Is there anybody who is not able to see the RStudio? Now I shared the RStudio to the screen. And you just don't do anything. Don't do anything. I will be doing, you just have to watch. Some people sometimes they're just writing something regardless of my request. Hmm? Now data, if you people keep on coming. Okay, now if you just issue the command data with open close parenthesis, then you'll get all the data sets here. You see all the data sets. Shall we pick up? I don't know if you can grep data. This is not there in your textbook. I'm just doing out of my. I just want to show you how pattern MPG. I want to search MPG in this data sets. No, it is not there. So data MPG. No, that data set is not there. Okay, fine. Now I think I have cars. Let me see. MPG is not there in my workspace, and I can download it from online. You just have to search data or dataset MPG, then you'll get it. Yeah, I think it should be there in ggplot too. I don't know. You search. Now you see grep. This time, let me go for cars. Cars is also not there. I think something went wrong. I think I'm not able to. Data MPG. It's not there. Data cars. Yeah, cars is there. Okay. Now let me show what are the different variables of cars. Can you please tell me what is the command to know the names of the data set? Names cars. Okay, and you want to know if the cars is attached to our the workspace or not, or the session. You just have to use ls. You see here I have cars in my session. Now names of cars. This is speed and dist. Now head, I don't want to output all the data points in this variable. So what I try to do is I'll just use head cars. Oh, running out of time. So I have 10 minutes of time. So let me do that fastly. This is the problem with next time I'll try to find some other tool. This tool is not helping us because it is only for 40 minutes. Now head cars. Then if I press OK, you see first 6 records will be displayed for me, and both of them are continuous variables. But let's do it. Okay, length, not length actually, dim, because it is a data frame. Cars, I have 50 data points and 2 columns. I think I can also make. Let me. Okay, first let me do. If I just use plot, somebody is trying to talk to me. I guess there is a weird alien, noise. Easy noise to me. Okay, now plot. If you don't know what is plot, then use help. Okay, plot. That's all. Here you'll get, I think, right side bottom. You should be able to see the documentation. Now plot cars. I just use cars in plot. Let's see what's going to happen. You see there is a plot. So I didn't tell what is this plot should be. I didn't mention whether it should be box plot or by default I got a scatter plot. And can somebody tell me what is the pattern? The pattern is upward trend. You see, there is a linear increase in between distribution and this distance and speed. By the way, if you use help cars, then you will come to know the cars data is something like the data give the speed of cars and the distances taken to stop. Note that the data were recorded in 1920s. So we are using a data set from the 1920s. These are very famous data sets used by world-renowned statisticians for their experiments. So those data sets are still available for our study. Now you see when I press the plot cars, I'll go to the plots. You see there is a, now what I do, I'll just try to change coal. By the way, let me tell you how to, there was one color name mentioned as Dodger Blue. Dodger Blue. How do we know that? Okay, colors. Now when you press, you see these are all colors. Now I'll show you length of colors. Length. How many of the colors are there for our use? There are 657 colors. Now suppose if I want to use one of the colors, let me go for colors 1. Name, not length. I want to see what is the very first color in this list of colors. Then white, second one. You see, a light blue. I don't know what it is. And 3, it is antique white, like that. Suppose I want to search for a particular color, say red. Now, grep, okay, colors. No, this is not there in your textbook. Okay, I'm telling you. I'm just trying to help you how to find out the colors. In your textbook, it was mentioned Dodger blue. And okay, let us go for, let's search for Dodger blue. Dodger blue. Okay, that is, I think, spelling mistake. Let me go back to the, come on. Where is the call? Dodger blue. I think it is there. Copy. No. Think, where is the mistake? Dodger blue. I think I didn't do any mistake. I did exactly. Dodger blue. Yeah. So that is not there. Okay, fine. Dodger blue. Okay, let's look for the blue. Come on. What nonsense is this? Grip, colors. Yeah. Now grip, colors, red. Why this is, why? Shall I save that as, let me say X, colors? No, Dodger blue is that. Excuse me. Don't scare me. Hello? Now type of, see, actually I'm getting away from grep, X, red. Okay, anyway, that's fine. I think I can find colors. Should be able to find it here. Colors. Wait a minute. If I'm not able to do, I'll get go cracked. Length of colors and my data. Wait a minute. Colors help color. No, not this one. I should be having color one and red. Okay, see, should be a fool actually. Some of you might be thinking that, you know, I'm doing a mistake. Grip. I have to search here. Blue, then colors. So at least I could have, you know, it is very simple. I should have thought. You see how many blue colors are there? There are so many blue colors. Now, length, grip colors. You see there are 66 blue color varieties of blue colors. Now let's go for red. Red. So, I mean, you have all the information related to Redmi. The one fellow came with the name Redmi. We are going to stop our, see, again, it just pops up. I'll be talking my class, suddenly it pops up. So don't get confused. It means that the session was popped up. So I didn't close. I don't close the session. I'll just be going on. It just pops up. And then let's go for plot. We already have that plot. This time I go back to the plot. And yeah, so I was talking about Dodger blue. Why is that Dodger blue? Bullshit color. Dodger blue.
What are you talking about?
Dodger, excuse me?
Yeah.
I think somebody is asking a question.
Yeah, I have a doubt.
Who is this? Hello, who is this? Please, can you please tell me your name? Hello. So I'm just going to mute all. So if anybody has any questions, you can just write in the chat. So that now let's say Dodger Boy is not there. So okay, let's not beat. So let me use the plot method. Where is that command plot? Come on. Okay, I'll make plot, cars, and call. Let's start with, see, there are, main is not there. If you observe, this plot has no main. We'll make main. X call is there, Y call is there. So you can just X label is there. Like this, you have to write the X label. You can also change. So I'm not going to write the X label, Y label. I'm just going to write the title. And if you want to put the title, there is a parameter called main. So this is called cars data. Now call is going to be blue. Okay, just use blue. And now PCH is 20. And once again, there are a number of, here you see the round circles, and the 20 is going to make it, what do you say, that bold, like it fills the color. There are, I'll just show you. And then what else we have? Okay, we'll stop there. And now you see here now, the points changed. Blue color, thick, bold, thick blue color points with title, something like that. Now let's go for rest of the plots. I'll just make it a bit, I think time is running out. Box, shall we go for the box? No, first we go for the histogram, cars. You cannot plot histogram for two different variables. Either you can go for the first variable or the second variable. So first variable is, I don't know, I think distributed speed or names, cars. Speed is the first variable, right? Now go for histogram, cars. We are going to plot the histogram for the speed, and with main, let's just keep it just very minimal command, minimum number of letters in our command. Then press. Now you see this is a bare minimum histogram, and if you observe the title of the